Okay, so I'm pretty sure a bunch of people already did this and are already making videos about this. I'm probably very late to the party about this, but for Knights of Guinevere, there was a part in the pilot episode where there's this QR code just randomly on a piece of paper on like the boss guy's like where he's chilling at in the beginning of the episode, right? And if you scan the QR code, it takes you to this website where it has 3 images of Guinevere on different pages of a book. So we're gonna analyze these real quick. I saved the images, so I'm just gonna go into my gallery and take a look at them. If you're ever curious about the QR code, this is the QR code in question. You can screenshot this if you want, or you can just screenshot from the actual pilot, so there you go. I'll leave it on screen for a few seconds, so you can pause it right here, so I'm not just flying by, if you get what I mean. Yeah. Alright, you're done now? Alright, cool. So I saved them in order of the first one to this one, so it's kind of backwards looking, but whatever. Alright, let's take a fucking look at this. Alright, so we got Guinevere just chilling there with a basket. It's got a bow on it. And there's a cross, like an X on her face. And it looks like there is a drawing of a very sparkly crown above her head. I'm not sure what this means. This is the first time I'm taking a look at this. I started recording this literally as soon as I found out what the QR code led to, and it's this. It looks like she's in the forest of some kind. What does it say up here? Walk. I'm reading it sideways, from like, if like the left side of your screen right now was the top of the words and the right side was the bottom, this word says walk, and this says ram? That wouldn't make sense. I know that says walk, but what does this say? I don't know. There's a lot of red scribbles here that's probably broken English or something like that, but we'll take a look at that later on. First, I'm gonna read down here. Alone in the forest, from the path she had strayed, Princess Guinevere cried, feeling lost and afraid. Oh, why are you weeping? Came a voice with a squeak. Guinevere was so shocked, she replied with an eek. Oh, I just noticed there's a rabbit over here. And the rabbit's looking at Guinevere, who looks like she's wanting to help out the rabbit, who looks upset and hiding behind a tree. So I think the original part of the story was that the rabbit got upset, went lost in the woods, hid behind a tree, and he's upset about something. And Guinevere finds the rabbit, and they're gonna help. And she's gonna help them. And if we're taking a look at this right now, it looks like all the trees are bending around Guinevere. And the rabbit is just kind of like lingering there in the background, making Guinevere the focus. Which is kind of interesting. Okay, so down here it says, her fault. Likely referring to Princess Guinevere. Her fault. Wait, it's pointing from something. That red arrow. It's connected to the words and with. Kind of. But it could also be coming from somewhere down here. So it could be, came a voice with her fault. Or feeling lost and afraid, which is her fault. So it's her fault that she's feeling lost and afraid. Or it's her fault she has a voice that she heard a voice with a squeak coming from down here. And the voice with a squeak in question from this little guy down here. I think I accidentally paused it. But yeah, we're looking over here. This says walk. I can clearly this says walk. But over here, I'm not sure what this says. I'm looking to the left and it looks like rah. And on the right, it looks like ha or something. This says the. Hold on, let me hold on, let me rotate this. I think I'm able to do that. Okay, let's take a fucking bitch. Sorry for swearing, but I guess it's a adult show anyway, so whatever. Okay, now we're gonna look at it from upside down. It says walk the. Walk the wrath. Walk the wrath. Okay, that's what the inner circle says. It says walk the wrath. Okay, starting from the left, I think that says the again. The wrath. Walk the... I think it's just repeating the phrase walk the wrath. Walk the wrath, walk the wrath. Yeah, it only says walk the wrath. And down here, it says SMWEE. SME. Upside down, it's not really legible. It's not really that legible either. Maybe I'm misreading something. I'm pretty sure someone else already got this. Ooh, it might say smile. Maybe. I'm not sure. Who knows? Anyways, I think that's all we can really uncover in this image. There's something to do with, like, walking the wrath here. I'm not sure what that phrase means, so I'm gonna Google that real quick, like the dumbass I am. I swear to God, when I was, like, scanning the QR code, at first I thought, I like, for sure thought it was gonna take me to, like, a merch store or something like that, which I was kind of, like, surprised that it actually took me to, like, a lore dump, like, page, which I think is kind of fucking cool, you know? I'm reading this off of fucking AI mode, by the way, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do with local stuff. The phrase walk the wrath does not have a common established meaning in the English language. It is likely a mishearing or unique construction. The intended meaning would depend on the context of its use, possibly related to specific fictional works, dialects, or a misunderstanding of a different phase. Here are some fuck AI shit. That's interesting, because wrath is spelt differently than how it would traditionally be spelt. Because wrath, in the correctional way, has a W at the beginning, while from what I've seen in the image, there is no W to be cited before any of the R's, but the only W in there is walk, in the word walk, and then there's the wrath. With just an R, which is kind of interesting. So, I'm not sure what that means. I don't hear walk the wrath that much. Wrath as a word means total destruction usually, I think, but in a more biblical kind of way, or more religious kind of themed way. So, walk the wrath means, like, to me at least, it means, like, walk over all the destruction of the world. Like, you're on top of the destruction, nothing can hurt you. You are the one causing the wrath. Oh my god, I keep pausing and unpausing at the wrong times. Anyways, we're back. We're seeing that Guinevere is, like, surrounded by the animals in the forest and all that. And, before we get to all the holy fucking dick. Before we get to all the typewriter-looking stuff, we're gonna read this thing real quick. Then she saw that her tears had brought wondrous creatures, star pups, of all shapes and colors and features. Today is my birthday, she said with a sigh, and my invites received not a single reply. So, looks like this is a continuation from here, so this will be page 1. Alone in the forest, from the path, I'm just gonna read the entire story first, and then we'll analyze all these images. So let's start from here. Alone in the forest, from a path she had strayed, Princess Guinevere cried, feeling lost and afraid. "Oh, why are you weeping?" came a voice with a squeak. Guinevere was so shocked, she replied with an eek. Oh, okay, so Guinevere's the lost one here, and it's not her finding the rabbit. That's interesting. Then she saw that her tears had brought wondrous creatures, star pups, of all shapes and colors and features. Today is my birthday, she said with a sigh, and my invites received not a single reply. So it looks like, when she cried out for help or something like that, no one came to help her until the rabbit came along, and then that's when all the animals came out to help her. So I guess this is her little, like, Fluttershy moment for... And then we get this one. I'm gonna ignore all the lore stuff right there. We're just gonna read the story as intended. The star pups all whispered, then nodded together. If it's friends that are needed, we will lend paw and feather. So ballads were sung, and cupcakes were nibbled, and the princess's tears became laughter and giggles. let's go back to this one. Now I'm gonna rotate and see what it says on the side here. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to tilt my head over for this one. Crown, keep, castle, vassal, sword, scepter. Hold on. Okay. Crown, keep, castle, vessel, sword, scepter, pomp, and on it, passing plain some like to apples, dismayed and dried though many moan, laughed and laughed and laughed. And as for you, you royal tutor great, gouts of it. There's probably some missing text there on the left or something like that. I'm sure of it. This makes no sense. Gouts of it, and or it's just like, or it's like just too small for me to read, and with all the lines in the way, I don't know. Hold on, I might save it like. There we go. It's saved as a horizontal image. Mango. Okay. Crown, keep, castle, vessel, sword, scepter, pomp, and on it passing plain some like to apes dismayed, and cried though many, much laughed and laughed and laughed. And as for you, you royal tutor great, gouts of it, and in 100,000 swoon, and then you all well, up well, now gallop forth, course to move these on your reckless marble legs in. Oh wait, that was probably from the last sentence, whatever. Pendula most plangent, laughing sadly. Pladius, Platimus, triumphant. Is that so it is? Now gems, jubbies, jubbies, jubbies and emeralds, most scarlet of hue, the great pavilion with cloth of gold aspread like unto as it were a momentual precision or a coronation or sceptrous horns and blare in hind leg oh, and now the hound has goody fair is your face and fine yet. What the fucking dick? Alright, let's see what all this blabbered out stuff is. Alright, I'm not gonna make... I think it might just... You know, it looks like... I see the word gouts right here. Gouts. And it might just be a repeat of, like, all that's above. Laughing sadly is very boldly down there. So, yeah, it's clear she is not okay. She promises that. Alright, let's go to this last one. There's a lot of drawn crowns up above. And, it says, my friend, and surrounded by crowns. My friend. Who would be writing this? Let's say, in universe, in the Knights of Guinevere, someone has a book, an actual book, and this is like some merchandise you can buy from Park Planet. And maybe someone scribbled some shit in here. I think this is just gonna be a random shout out, but it feels like it would seemingly make sense for this. But what if it was like the little girl, the little princess girl at the start of the pilot who's ripping it, like Guinevere's intestines out or whatever, before she like leapt off the balcony in the beginning. What if like she like did this? Because I mean, little girls like that in, like animated shows always give creepy like vibes like that. So I would not be surprised if this is that little girl who's writing all of this satanic shit in this. So this probably not this though, because this is like typewriter stuff. I think this is someone else's doing right here, but I think it comes full circle back to the little girl again. This is definitely the work of the little girl right here, because she is definitely her friend, because... Sorry about that. If you, remember from the pilot, in the first, like, opening scene of it, the little girl, like, treats, like, the now escaped Guinevere android as, like, her personal possession, and of course she would call it her friend, so I think, this page, at least, is definitely done by her. This, I don't know. I need to do some looking into for that. And for this might still be a little girl, but it could also be someone else entirely. We'll just have to wait and see, so... yeah, that's all the stuff you can find in that one QR code Easter egg in that one scene in the Knights of Guinevere. So, yeah, let me know what you think of this, and yeah, see ya.